At the rapture, Christ's return for the faithful people of his churches would save them from God's ultimate judgment on the world. Knowing this, they will be able to encourage each other. Times and dates. There have always been those who have tried in vain to determine the time or season of Christ's return, even though Jesus said that no one knows about that day or hour. Matthew 24, 36, 42, 44, Luke 2:40. Apparently, the Thessalonians were not trying to figure this out. Having spoken about Christ's sudden return to take his followers from the earth, 1 Thessalonians 4:13-18, Paul now turns to the subject of God's judgment on all those who reject salvation through faith in Christ. In speaking of the last days, he refers to a terrible time called the Day of the Lord. Verse 2. Christ's sudden return to take his faithful followers to heaven, 1 Thessalonians 4:17, marks the beginning of the Day of the Lord, and it will arrive at an unexpected time, just as Christ himself taught. See Matthew 24:42. The Day of the Lord. The Day of the Lord normally does not refer to a 24-hour day, but rather to an extended period of time when God's enemies are overthrown. Isaiah 2:12-21, 13:9-16, 34:1-4, Jeremiah 46:10, Joel 1:15-2, 11:28, 3:9, 12-17, Amos 5:18-20, Zechariah 14:1-3, followed by Christ's earthly reign, Zephaniah 3:14-17, Revelations 24-7. This day begins following the rapture of the church, when Christ's followers will be taken suddenly from the earth to escape the end-time judgments to come on the world. Verse 3. The period of those judgments, referred to as the Great Tribulation, is included within the Day of the Lord, Revelation 6-19, see 6:1. This time of intense distress and judgment culminates with Christ's literal return to earth to defeat the forces of the Antichrist and destroy all God's enemies. See Joel 1:14, 2:30-31, Zephaniah 1:7, note, Revelation 16:16, 19:11-21. The Day of the Lord apparently begins at a time when people are hoping for peace and safety. Verse 3. The day will not overtake faithful believers by surprise like a thief in the night, because they have accepted Christ's salvation, that is, his forgiveness, new life, and a personal relationship with him, and will be spared from God's wrath. They will be ready for the Lord.